So that's where that name comes from. So, understand this from the get-go. This is yoga. This comes from a Taoist yogic philosophy, which is not from the Hindu philosophy. I've studied philosophy, yogic philosophy all my life. And we're going to talk a lot about yin and yang. The same in yoga, we have opposites, right? Apana, prana. So have you ever been to a Chinese doctor, a traditional Chinese medicine doctor? Anyone? Well, they will say that, oh, you have damp qi. And it's really interesting how our Ayurveda, of course, and I'll tell you this because I'm biased, our Ayurveda came first, and then the Chinese took it and they, like everything, they make it better. Through observation, through human observation, they could tell if something is going on. Through looking through your eyes, pulse, tongue, right, all that. Behavior. And then here, this is what we're doing. So this weekend, our objectives are, see, the kit works, right? What? It's a kit. Nice kit. Organized. I think it's not a service to you as a teacher or to your students not to understand what you're doing. And then to say, make some shit up. Last week, I took a yin class, and then the person held the postures in a yang fashion. Flex your feet, contract your abs, and then go down with a straight spine and hold. And I'm like, what? That if you don't know your shit, don't teach it. We're not stretching muscle. We're not contracting muscle. We're doing the complete opposite. We're trying to get into the connective tissue, the fascia, the ligaments, and the bone. So it's not this, it's this. Get up in a warrior two and try to hold that thing for 5 minutes. You'll be like, the whole body starts to shake. These yin poses should be held for 3 to 20 minutes in length. It's really important for us to understand the history behind it, why we're doing it. And it's interesting for us to educate other people about it. Basics of Taoism is going to help us understand more about what harmony means. Tattvas are tenets, right, or things that we do all the time in these practices. Those are the 3 things that we need to understand. Now, that's a huge statement. For me, yoga is about non-dualism. What is non-dualism?
You're not buying into the illusion of separateness.
Absolutely. Anyone else?
Everything is one.
Everything is one. But in reality, we are that. That's what yoga is teaching us. In reality, there's not much looking to do. We're already that. You're already that. When Carrie was saying, she's been doing this for so long, and she's in the hot room for so long, and what it's done to her, what's done to you, how do you feel when you're in a hot room so long, or when you're doing your practice too much? Angry. Let's talk about energy for a moment. And this is a really abstract subject. What's going on with you? How's your body feel? How is your mind feeling? How's your day at work today? What's going on with you? Ask how they're feeling and how their behavior is. Good and bad. Happy and painful. Joyful and sad. Like the little grooves on the LP. Y'all are too young to understand LPs, but LPs had these big grooves on, and you put a needle on the record, put a needle on the record. And then you'd hear it. You'd hear the memory. And you keep on hearing the memory, because the memory was still in that friggin' record, and it will always be in that record until you do something about it, right? So something that you need to understand about the mechanics of our breath when we're teaching the practice is when we are taking deep diaphragmatic breaths, we are eliciting responses from the lymphatic system. Feel that in certain chakras in the body, right? So our vinyasa flows, hopefully, are rhythmic. I'm bending my elbows and I'm doing this. And I'm just tight, and where I would be feeling it is underneath my armpit, my serratus anterior, my coracobrachialis, my triceps, maybe a little bit of my deltoids. That's where I'd be feeling the tension. But if I'm just tight in compression, I could feel it in my ankles, I could feel it in my elbows, and I could feel it in my wrists. And if you can't cross it as far forward, just let the leg fall lower down the leg. Just let that open up and feel that fresh supply of energy running through the body. For joy. Compassion. And love.
Feel your knees, your chest, your shoulders, your feet. Satnam and Namaste. Namaste.